do not stalk, do not ask about them. Let everybody be on their own. Make everybody day their day. Hello guys, how are you doing today? It's your girl Adetilda. I hope you guys are doing good. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to successfully move on from heartbreaks. Yes, whether it's from a guy, your relationship, or from your friends. Yes, because it's very possible for your friends to also break your heart. And trust me, I feel like that's even harder than breaking up with a boy or a guy or a man. There are levels to these things, you know, because your friend is like somebody you've known. Most of us, people who call our friends now, are people we've grown up with. You know, they've gotten to know us, know our secrets. Wherever we go, we take them with us. They know our history. So when you have a fallout with such a person, it's always a very, very difficult. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to move on easily from a heartbreak, whether it's from a boy or from your friend. So now, when it comes to heartbreak, it is always very difficult. I have really never seen an easy heartbreak before, except of course you were never invested in the person to start with. So guys, I know when you break up with somebody, it's always as if you're gonna die. Trust me, you're not going to die. So the first thing you should do when you experience such an emotion is to breathe. Yes, it's hard. Trust me, it's hard to breathe. I had a fallout with a friend not too long, although we are trying to work on our relationship back, and she has been my friend for a long time, and something happened and just came and scattered everything. The thing came and scattered everything for us, but you know, we are trying to work on it now. But at that moment, I just felt very, very, very sad. So the best thing to do is when you have that rush, if you have a friend you can call, somebody you can rely on, make sure you do that. Because most of us can't control ourselves at that moment, except you are very strong-willed, which is a very good thing. Most of us cannot control ourselves at that moment. You go into some form of depression, you want to be on your own, you probably call the person and start begging and start doing things that on a normal day, you know, but you will not do this thing. But because you have that anxiety, you have that fear, you have that rush, like the thing just happened and you're like, oh my god, this person literally just broke up with me. Like your chest, your heart, everything. You need a friend. Yes, you need a friend. And if you do not have a friend, that's okay. Go online. I'll advise you. You can use the internet to your own advantage. Go online fast. Look for videos on heartbreaks, how to deal with it, what to do immediately after a heartbreak. Breakups are like drug addiction. Yes, they're like drug addiction. It's just like they taking something away from you that you are used to. Your body is not going to just accept it and just be like, oh well, that's it. No, your body is going to definitely react. That is why you have that anxiety. That's why you're shaking, you're crying. It's like, okay, if I don't get this right now, then that's it for me and all that. But I'm here to tell you today that that's not it for you. Another reason why you're going to need your friends is because you need them to remind you of how awesome you are. Yes, you really, really need that. And if you were the one that broke up with the person because you feel the person wasn't good enough, or the person wasn't living up to standard, or the person wasn't doing you right, then you need your friends to remind you why you decided to break up with the person in the first place. And when they remind you of these things, trust me, you are going to feel better. Number two, this one is a mistake that a lot of people make. They begin to stalk their ex-friend or their ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. Never ever make that mistake. Trust me. See, think about it now. Will you post anything on social media that makes you look weak? Literally no. I know people do that, yeah, but very few people. People will not post themselves crying after a breakup. Nobody will do that. You are not about to post yourself crying, are you? So why do you think that when you go on the person's social media, you see the person feeling bad about leaving you? They probably will not. They will post pictures of them living their best life. So do not make that mistake of stalking anybody, because if you do, it's you that's going to regret it. You're the one that's going to go back to that stage where you were crying, because It's going to remind you of all the good times. And that's one thing about breaking up with somebody. All you're going to be saying is the good times you guys had together, all the fun places you went to, all the amazing conversations and everything. And it's going to be like, oh my God. And going on social media to check what they're doing, what's up with them, is going to just make you worse. But let's just be realistic. So the last thing you want to do is pick up your phone and stalk them and trying to find out what they are doing, or whether it's even by calling their friends. Some of us make that mistake. You want to go and call their friend to help you beg. You want to go and call their friend to talk to them. Maybe that will make you feel better. Trust me, it won't. It will not. They will tell their friend that you're calling them, and it will not look like you're disturbing them. And that's not how we want to look at all. Trust me, you don't want to look like you're disturbing anybody. You don't want to look like you are a mess, because you are trying to move on. That's the idea, to move on, right? Do not stalk. Do not ask about them. Let everybody be on their own. Make everybody do their day. You get it? Okay, so I feel like this is a very, very important one. People are always going back to meet their ex because they are curious, or their friends, to find out, what did I do wrong? Why did you do this to me? What do they call it? You're going back for closure. Yeah, that's the word. Closure. You're going back so the person can give you closure. Trust me, the one who broke you cannot fix you. You have to get that into your head. Okay, guys, so another important thing for you to do is to reevaluate yourself. I feel like that is one mistake people make. They do not reevaluate themselves. After a breakup, you see people jumping from one person to another person. So we have people with broken hearts, breaking people's hearts. Then the struggle continues. Everybody seems broken when it's not supposed to be. So after a breakup, give yourself space. Take a breath. Find out more things about yourself. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Because breakups are not always negative. People make it seem like breakups are always negative. Whether with your friend, whether in a relationship, they are not always negative. You can learn something from it. So the question is, always ask yourself, what have I learned from this situation? Basically, what I'm trying to tell you to do is to set your heart straight. Ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Where was I at fault in this whole mess? What did I do wrong? Evaluate yourself. These are important things that you have to do, because it's going to help you to grow. It's going to help you know yourself more. Alright guys, so that'll be the end of this video. I hope it helped somebody out there. If you have any question for me, you can go ahead and ask down in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget that you are beautiful, you are smart, you are lovable, and you're going to find somebody amazing. You're going to find a friend that is true and that won't break your heart, and will live happily ever after.